Robbie, here's a couple questions for you. So you were just elected to serve school board. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah, what issues did you run on, and what goals do you have as a new board member?
Well, as Rachel has mentioned, the district has transitioned fairly significantly. We are at a much more stable position. The superintendent is a well-known figure in our community. His dad had been a principal at the school
And a board member. Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of a well-known quantity. Several good community people have recently joined the board. So I feel like the trajectory of the board is a much more positive one than it was even 10 years ago when Rachel would have started. I basically felt like not only is this an opportunity for me, but also an obligation to say, I have 4 children that have come through the system. So our oldest just graduated from high school last month. And it seems to me that vested parents have an obligation to say thank you for a system that has prepared the children well for their educational foundation. So I kind of come from it from a twofold perspective. One is to say thank you for what you've done for my family. The other is to say, what can I do to help ensure that we are doing everything we can to provide the best possible educational opportunity for the students in the future. So again, I don't have an agenda. I don't feel like I'm running to say, we need to get rid of the superintendent, or we need to make sure we're holding this person accountable. I just want to make sure that we're doing everything we can to continue the trend of a healthy education for our students. Now, that's kind of the low level answer. From a higher level, I hear critical race theory and it scares me from the standpoint, basically we're saying that everybody's a loser, that you're either a white supremacist or you've been somehow, mistreated as a person of color. I feel like that's a losing proposition. And really, critical race theory is going to be successful or it's going to fail at the level of the local school board. And so I feel like it's incumbent upon us as people of value, of faith, to stand up and to be a part of this process. And so I look at it as an opportunity to not only live out my faith in the public square, but also to hopefully help to stop some of the things that I think are going to be very unhealthy for the future of our educational system in our country.
Yeah, well, that's great. So I think if I can just throw a comment here on top of this, look, it's easy to blame. It's a human nature.
Absolutely.
If there's a problem, who are we going to blame? That's just basic nature, right? But seldom does that really get us the results we're looking for. And it seldom really brings value to the table. And I think, sure, there are things that have happened bad in the past. There are things that aren't where they ought to be yet today. But fundamentally, I think particularly as it comes to our schools and how we are teaching our kids in this next generation, we should be teaching them from a proactive, positive position.
Yes.
Of the importance of every person, and that we are all created equal, not only under God, but under the law. And,
Yes.
And we should be seeking for, not only for my own best good, but for the good of my neighbor and my community. And it doesn't matter where you live or what color you are or your ethnicity or any other thing. It's just that basic human level, a higher level impetus there. And I think I agree with you that there needs to be pushback on this, because it's really a perspective that's either it's the glass half empty, or we're going to promote a glass half full. It's maybe not a full glass, but it's a perspective, and the goal is toward fullness, not empty.
Right.